Hello, and welcome to Doki Literature Club. I have been holding this game back simply for the fact that I don't know if it's just a sim or if it's actually horror. In the trailer, it says that it's a psychological horror, but it's all happy and go get 'em. So I'm so confused and conflicted. But, I'm like, fuck it. Today, I'm bored, and I'll try it. I just hope it isn't too weird to play this game. This game just does not seem like my taste, but it is supposed to be a horror game, and I will try it. Oh, God. I hate this already, but let's do it. All characters in this game are over the age of 18. Okay, good to know, I guess. This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. I mean, I am easily disturbed, but, individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a positive experience. I don't know. I don't like this. Just from him saying that speaks volumes right there. Anxiety or depression may not have a positive experience. I don't have extreme depression or anxiety, but I just hope it isn't enough to trigger shit, because that would suck, especially on stream. Would you like to review detailed content warnings which contain spoilers? In-game content warnings can be enabled in the settings menu. I don't think I want spoilers. I don't think I do. By playing Doki Literature Club, you agree that you have noted the game's age rating in your region, and you consent to your exposure of highly disturbing content. Dude, they're really making it out as if this game is some real terrible shit. Like, holy fuck. This doesn't feel good. What am I getting into? It's like, you can see the characters right there. They all look happy and shit. But then they're like, you're exposed to highly disturbing content. Like, what highly explosive content will you get from these characters except for the one to the far left? I know that one. I've seen a lot of fucking memes about her. After she fucking hangs herself, I'm not gonna let that happen. But goddamn. Oh, that's a little loud, okay. Alright. Alright, please enter your name. Okay. Doop. Yes, Doop. Hey. I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. Hold on. I am sorry, but I gotta turn this down a little bit. Okay. Good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Ha! Ha! I overslept again! But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Dupe. Well, I am a mean person, so fuck you. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think you're a couple or anything, or something. Think we're a couple. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Dupe, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did, in one of many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Well, you see, this is close to me, only half of me being an anime person, but I do enjoy the, like, rare occurrence of an anime every once in a while, but anime isn't my thing, really. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. That's totally me. That is so me. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. Oh, really? And I know you're happy now. But I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. Well, let's see, that's just hurtful, okay? You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Okay, the school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs! Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know... Know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori, yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I am 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That's okay, yeah, no shit. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Damn, she really wants to get into my pants. I don't understand this. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. Really, bitch? Really? And Natsuki made cupcakes. Did I say that right? Natsuki? 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 Natsuki. I think it's Natsuki. Natsuki. It's one of those. Made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all this out. I stuttered there. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll buy for a cupcake, okay? Yes! Let's go! I hate this. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly followed Sayori across the school and upstairs. A section of the school I rarely visit. Why has the music stopped? Is this already about to get scary? Is this fucking Natsuki, what the fuck her name is? Is she a fucking spider creature or something? And she's just leading me to her trap? Sayori, full of energy, swings open a classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you, big titties and long hair. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, dupe. What a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Not really. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki? Fucking turkey? Nat turkey. Humph. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki. Fucking Christ. Nat, that is your name, Nat, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Nat, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who apparently comparable, more mature and timid. Yeah, mature and timid, you say. Seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Nat. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica. Is that Monica? Monica? I'm pretty sure that's Monica. That's right. It's great to see you again, dupe. I have not seen you. Who the fuck are you? Monica smiles sweetly. We know each other well. We rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, dupe. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Nat grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Fuck. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Nat proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. What do you want? What do you want? Hey, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, are you ready? Whoa! Wow! Nat lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing. And little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. Now, I can't really make a good visual about this, but I can just... I don't know. So cute. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Nat. Well, you know, just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious! Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Nat is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Okay. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Nat. Fuck. Well, why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe. Fuck you. But not for you. No, you, fuck you, dummy. Alright. I give up on Nat's weird logic and discuss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. Oh, after all, fuck. I already fucked that up. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Oh, I guess, yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I mean that, you know, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori really seemed happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. Okay. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it! Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica just must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though, I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Dupe, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Nat's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Is this foreshadowing? Because this game is supposed to be horror, and it seems like they're trying to throw me off. Like, this game... I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Oh wow, what a coincidence. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. Wow. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Scary game, Yeah, this game is supposed to be a horror game, and I think they're trying to throw me off about that, but I'm gonna keep that in my mind mentally. They put that in the trailer, so I'm not getting that out of my head. I don't care how much they try to fucking deviate from that. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Nat's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. Why are you blushing? Why are you all blushing? What the fuck? Why? That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! And give that back! Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems. Everything you do is as cute as you are. What the fuck? Sayori sidles... Fuck that word. Up behind Nat's and puts her hands on her shoulder. I'm not cute! Nat, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No! Nat averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how... No, hold on. I gotta Google Translate this shit. Hold on. Cause this shit's bothering me. I don't know if it's Natsuki or Natsuki. Okay. Natsuki? Natsuki? Oh, Natsuki. Okay, so it is Natsuki. Alright, okay. Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yay, let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, dupe? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on. There's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining, I bluntly come forward with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare affected eyes. Bruh. Your poems affect which girl you go with, so be mindful. There's a point system, it's odd but easy. Okay, okay. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. Yeah. Peer pressure, love it! Especially from females. Hate that shit. But, I'm sorry, I thought... Dupe. You all... I'm so defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Don't say it like that. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes! I'm so happy. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Dupe. I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Fuck. Hey, dupe, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day after school with a literature club? In a literature club? Fuck. Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Why? Just why? Just stick to your games and your anime, dude. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances. And I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Well, I don't really have thoughts on any of them. They're all kind of okay. So who are you interested in? I'm really not interested in any of them. They all look cool and all, but one is too excited, one is too much of a dick, and the other one is just she's too much like me. Like, she's too mysterious. You gotta watch out for the mysterious ones. So I don't know. Fuck. Extraordinary. Memories. Wrath. Whirlwind. Contamination. Anime. Marshmallow. Fuck. Cry. Uncontrollable. Swimsuit. Childhood. Fucking Christ. I don't know. Fester. Pain. Rose. Vivacious. Cage. Graveyard? Nightgown. Melancholy. Heaven Sent? Nah, I'm good. Universe. Massacre. Philosophy. I kind of like philosophy, but I'm gonna go with disaster. My poem's gonna be all over the place. There's fucking marshmallows and disasters and shit. Hi again, dupe. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Ha ha ha. Trust me, if this was really me, I would. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, dupe. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it? Oh, come on! Like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you don't even want to join any clubs this year. You didn't want to join any clubs. And last year, too! I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. You know, you are a serious dick. You know, it's the small ones. They're the ankle biters. Yuri it is. What do you mean Yuri it is? But if you don't take us serious... Yeah, I already read that. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Oh, shit! She called her out! Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Dupe always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Why am I cleaning your room? And why am I cooking for you? What is this world that I am living in this video game? What am I? Am I the sex guru? What am I? You picked Yuri with your poem. What do you mean I picked Yuri with my poem? Anyway, Nat is wifey. No. No. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. Now, why would you be jealous? Why? Why? We don't have no relationship. Why would you be jealous? How come? You and Duke can become good friends too. Sayori? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me in. Oh! Oh! Yuri even brought you something today, you know? But wait, Sayori! Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? Why do you say it like that? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. Chucks it into the trash can. I enthusiastically take the... Fuck. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monika to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. Yuri, rude dog, fuck off, okay? But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monika are having a cheery conversation. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Whew! Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah, crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me. Fucking Christ. And our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this. You were spacing out looking at her! That makes you look like a fucking creep, dude! I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh. It's fine. She's into that weird shit. She's into that weird shit, I guess. I don't understand. This game is already confusing me greatly. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. So you weren't even focused on the book. You were focused on me. You guys are meant for each other. You know what? This game, fuck this, man. You know, we are apparently meant for each other, apparently. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so that's the book that you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Ah. Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. Yeah, no shit. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about, anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Yeah, she's some Satanist or some shit. She's gonna sacrifice me to her dog or some shit. I don't know, but she's into that weird stuff. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give something away. Like, think about it. They make the girl, the tallest girl here with the biggest titties, a shy girl, and she's into books that are so fucking weird. She has to be a cult leader or something. Your Cthulhu guy. Fuck off! No! She is not into Cthulhu, obviously. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yeah! No shit! Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Ah ha ha. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Don't. No. No. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Dupe? I mean... kinda? But I wouldn't just be into it, like, deeply into it. It's like more like a side hobby. No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Why, because you want to sacrifice me or some shit? Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals, or their own philosophy that they believe in. And suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling again, aren't I? I fucked that whole sentence up. Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. Where are all the other females? Why are we still conversing? There's 3 other females here, right? Why? Why am I still talking to this one? But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books handle my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. You don't say. Yuri Root. Fuck you, okay? So, I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. Yada 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 yada. It's a literature club after all. Ah. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading, right? You don't have to. Ah ha ha. What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. You can switch later. What are you talking about? What are you saying? You can switch later. What are you talking about? You can switch later. You're telling me I could ping pong to other girls later on in the fucking game? We'll get laid with this one and then go with Natsuki, the little one, and then go with Sayori, and then go with Monica. Ain't that a bitch? I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to the Yuri. Fuck me, you gotta make this shit super weird. Why? Just why? Ah. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just... Yuri, you realize a lot, don't you? I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Ahaha. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's. Why? She literally has the same book. Why? I don't understand. Then hold my book more between the two of them. Ah, I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. See, she has her own book. Why read from mine? Once we in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Oh, that's such a good detail to, you know, put into a story like this. Yeah, our elbows were almost touching. If they touched, I would fucking ejaculate all over the floor or something. I don't know. It's being flirty. No. It's not being flirty. Touching elbows, what the fuck? Where do you get that from? Some dude... All I can picture is the dude from Big Mouth with that one chick. He just ejaculates immediately. That's all I can see from this situation. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. Ah, I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Okay. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Ah, I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. Yeah, it's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face. Fucking Christ! Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. It's as if I could feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? And... to turn the page. Ah, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. Ah, that's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate... Okay. Alright. That's where this is going. Okay. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri! This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. You know, aren't we supposed to be sharing poems? What happened to that? We were supposed to be sharing poems. But I'm sitting here reading with a female that I really don't even know. And we're way too fucking close to each other. What do you mean soon? Why do you mean wifey? No. but she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment, but dupe. That's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait! I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute? What? Ah. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. Finally. God damn. Get me out of this situation. Holy shit. Oh, she's upset. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Ah. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? Don't! Just why do you make it awkward? Why? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Right. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book. Dude, just take the corner of that page and then bend it. Just like that. It's your book now. Just bend the corner of it. There you go. Bookmark. There you go. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah, and it's all types of everywhere. There's marshmallows, there's disasters. Pretty sure there's a little bit of suicide in there as well. So I don't know. It might be a little everywhere. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. Do you call this embarrassing? You literally huddling next to a female you don't know that is quiet, reading a book together, is not embarrassing at all? Well, I don't think that'd be embarrassing. That'd be more of like a weird situation, more or less than embarrassing. So I don't know. I don't think that would be extremely embarrassing. That would just be fucking awkward, an awkward moment. I think I just repeated myself, my bad. It's a poem for Yuri, woo, fuck you. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Well, I'm gonna show it to Sayori. I'm definitely most comfortable sharing it with Sayori first. She's my good friend, after all. This is a good poem, dupe. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it's impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. Voice crack, holy shit. Yuri next, no. See? It's like I said before, dupe. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Well, I'm not selfish. I wouldn't consider myself completely selfish, but I do have selfish tendencies. Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? I don't know if it's just my mind, but I don't like that sentence. I think it's just my mind, but I don't like that sentence at all. That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Hehehe. We'll see about that. Dear Sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me, kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. But if it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. I want breakfast. See, that was actually pretty nice. And then it was like, I want breakfast. Okay. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No. Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Ah, yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or should I put it, it sounds just like you. Really? Yeah, especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school, it's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Ah, yeah. But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Who should I show my poem to next? I don't know. You know what? I can't do eeny, meeny, miny, mo, because it's always going to land in the middle, so... you know what? Fuck it. I'll just do this. Random number generator. It gave me a 1. Okay. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes? Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, and that's about it. I'm trying to think if there's actually... I don't... Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I didn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly! I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about... Bless you? You good? Hey, you good? Alright. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. I guess. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did ya? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Alright, heads or tails? Because I could honestly give a shit less. Heads. Okay, well, fuck it. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? ... Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me? You really don't do anything wrong. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. That's... I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imaginary imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge point coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh. Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned them. I think the most noticeable thing I can recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Well... Never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I am not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Yeah, but you are making it into something bigger. And I hate it. Ghost under the lights. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the rest of time. The rest of time, I think? No, the last of time, I think. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Yeah, I don't get it. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. And I don't read books! I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Eh? Test of time. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. Voice crack. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, dupe. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it, after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. Eh? It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. Ah, you know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, dude. Ah, me too. Fuck! What is wrong with this game? Hi, dupe. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Ah, don't worry, dupe. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, dupe. I was going, oh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. Hahaha, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Yeah, I guess. Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay! I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you to have worry about impressing them or anything. Ha ha ha. I hate it. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's 'cause I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes? A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas. Already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. Whew, sorry. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, fuck! And he, on the other side, was looking in. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Shut up, sexy guy. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other? Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem, or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Ha, he, hint hint. What do you mean hint hint? Actually, don't tell me. You know what? Fuck you. Don't tell me. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monika are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is... cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who really liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Duke did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me? I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Dupe liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, fuck. Oh, it's about fuck. It's about to be bobbity boopy up in this bitch. Oh! I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Eh? That came out as a moan, I'm sorry. That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Dupe appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Ooh. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't expecting one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Dupe started showing up. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Dupe! She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. That's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason. The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to figure it out. Help me explain it to her, Dupe. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting, it's also a waste. You understand? Well? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? Okay. Lol, Yui, pick Yui. I'll shut up. Yeah, you shut the fuck up. You're bothering me greatly. It's not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So, of course, that's going to be... Help me, Sayori! Natsuki? Natsuki glares at me, drying up my words if I had my mouth. So instead I turn to Yuri. Yuri... but Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori! Eh? Yeah. Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Dupe. Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never! It's your immaturity that made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes— Stop! Natsuki! Yuri! You guys are my friends! I just want everyone to get along and be happy! My friends are wonderful— Okay, don't cry. Don't do that face. Don't. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why? Because, well, also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. Apologies, nice choice, yeah. Big and beautiful. Big and beautiful. Sayori. Sayori stands triumphantly. Monika stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So this is why Sayori is vice president? I whisper to Monika. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader, and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. Ah ha 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 ha. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monika smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she said. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. Okay, everyone! It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing? Fuck. How about, fuck! Okay. Take it slow. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I didn't say it was worth it. I'd say, fucking Christ, I'm actually going to hurt myself. This is bullshit. It's so simple. It's not even that long of a sentence. I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Dupe, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learned something from your friends, too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. And nod to myself with newfound determination. Dupe! Ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. Just read slower. No! Because this game has a lot of reading, obviously, so I'm just gonna read as fast as I can, but at the same time, understand the words, you know? I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori? What about what happened earlier? Eh? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki? Does that kind of thing happen often? No, no, no! That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Dupe, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught onto the kind of situation. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Why can't we all just be friends? Why? Why do I have to build a relationship with one of these females? Why can't we just, you know, be in a club? Why can't we just socialize to be a club? Why do we have to be a thing? Why? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. Oh, another poem. Okay. So, I know that Yuri is into that dark shit. Natsuki's into the cute, and Sayori's into happy stuff. So, Pig's dating sim. Why we gotta date? Well, it's not technically a dating sim, it's supposed to be a horror game. That's why I'm playing this. Okay, I think I'm gonna go for Natsuki on this poem. I'm gonna try to at least. So I'm assuming Candy, Fluffy, Bubbles. Blah, 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 blah. Fuck, this is hard. Whistle? Okay. Blah, 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 poof. Blah, 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 blah. Cute, obviously. Color? Fuck! Okay, Vivid, that's a Yuri word, I bet you that's a Yuri word. Nature, that's a Sayori word. Bed? Fuck! Okay. Pink. Alright. Sugar. Love? That's definitely a Sayori word. Fuck that. Charm. Fucking goddamn it! Okay. Calm. That is a Yuri word, I believe. Chocolate. Kitty. Sensation. That's a Yuri word. Grief. Grief? Is that a Yuri word? I think that's a Yuri word, right? Doki Doki Poetry Slam. Spend enough time during the poem minigame for the music to loop. Really? Okay. Kawaii. Giggle. Rose? Rose? Fucking god damn it. Sweet? Fuck! Lazy. I give up. I give up. This is bullshit. This is beautiful. This is beautiful bullshit. Sunny. Oh my fucking Christ! Joy? No. Flying? Whatever. Another day passes, and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Dupe. Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. Hehehe. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Why that all of a sudden? No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it. Ah. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I could see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even... It's simple. You had enough money in the first place. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and want an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's fucking goddamn you. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry, and so that only leaves the one option. Why? I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. Eh? I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book, as always. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in the book. Yuri! Tell Duke to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after putting a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. What? Did I just... I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed in... Ooh. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the revolution. Retribution? That! Still, coming from you, Sayori, I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Plap! Kia! Ow! What was... A cookie! Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution? Retribution! Actually, that one almost worked. I was gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Natsuki! That's so nice of you! I'm so happy! Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Oomph. Sayori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Cheese! Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Cheese. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. You little gremlin! Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Geez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori... Eh? Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. Ugh. Where's Monica anyways? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Fuck. Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She's probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. Eh? You don't think she has a... Ahaha, I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Eh? Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Ah, never mind that. What held you up anyway? Ah, well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kinda just lost track of time. Ahaha. That makes no sense though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it, since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. Ah, I don't really. I kinda just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool! You should play something for us, Monica. Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. What? What do you want? What? You want this? Here. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Yay! That sounds... I'd also look forward to it. So, in that case, I won't let you down, dude. I'm just gonna save. Yeah. I won't let you down, dupe. Monica smiles sweetly. Ah, I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Ah, haha, don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks! So, I didn't miss anything, did I? Not really. I choose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. Looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Man, it looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slumped down into the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature related by myself like this? I guess I could always read some of the book Yuri gave me, but I'm feeling a little too tired to read. I could probably fall asleep right now. I close my eyes and end up listening in on Sayori's conversation with Monica. We're probably gonna seem really lame compared to all the other clubs, though. Well, we can't give up. The festival is our chance to show everyone that literature is what literature is all about. The problem is that the idea of literature club sounds too dense and intellectual, but it's not like that at all, you know? We just need a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds. It doesn't solve the problem, though. What do you mean? Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place if it's a literature event. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, you know? And after they come, we can do the thing to speak to their creative minds. What's this? Sayori is taking this really seriously. It's rare to hear her deliberating like this. Huh, that's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? What kind? Well, I guess we could. Cupcakes! Haha, good thinking. Natsuki would love to do that. You're right. Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. That works out perfectly. That wasn't why you suggested it. Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy. Cupcakes it is then. I'm hungry. Anyway, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. I find myself smiling. In the end, Sayori is still her usual self. But therein lies the unexpected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all, Sayori can put her mind to things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I end up letting her get on my case about things. I can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. Wah! I open my eyes to find Sayori's face filling my vision. I nearly fall out of my chair. Sorry. Wait. Actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't the napping club. Does our school have a napping club? You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in a club, you're gonna have less time for anime, you know? You'll need to get used to it. Don't say that out loud. I glance over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard. It's true, though. Yeah, I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori. It's what I do best. That's a problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? Not every day. That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up on time? It's a secret. I knew it. Come on. At least give me the benefit of the doubt. I can't even do that. Look, Sayori, it's written all over you. Eh? Sayori glances around at herself. How is it written all over me? You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look, your hair is sticking out all around here. Sayori root. Woo! What do you mean Sayori root? I specifically went for Natsuki. This is bullshit. Look, your hair is sticking out all around here. Ah. I run my fingertips down the side of Sayori's hair, trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need a brush for this. My hair is just really hard to get right. I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't straight either. And there's a toothpaste stain on your collar right here. I try to wipe off the stain with my finger, but nobody would ever notice that. Of course they would. Nobody's gonna tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I really don't care about that. Hey, you meanie. And you don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sayori? Why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? Eh? That's super mean. Sorry, but you'll thank me later. I start to button her blazer from the bottom. Once you see how better it looks, you'll change your mind. Bruh. No. No! Shield your eyes! Shield your eyes! No! The horror! God damn, her feet are so small. How the fuck did her body? This is so funny. What is? Well, I was just thinking how weird it is to have a friend who does these kinds of things. Eh? Don't say that! You'll make me feel weird about it, stupid. It's okay, though. I'm happy we're like this. I don't know. Aren't you? No. I don't like this. I guess. Hey, be careful. The button might come off. Why is this one so hard to close? I struggle to fully close the button near her chest. You mean near her titties? Near her titties? Does this thing even fit you properly? It did when I bought it. If you ever buttoned it, you would have noticed sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. What are you smiling about? It means my boobs got bigger. I'm gonna just call it for a day. I can't handle this right now. I will see you guys tomorrow. I won't be playing this tomorrow. I'll be playing another game. I'm gonna be alternating between these two games, so yeah. Thank you guys for coming by the stream, and hopefully this wasn't too awkward for you guys as much as it was for me, because holy fuck, this hurts. This hurts. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow on the other game, and yeah, see ya.